Hello folks, special kind of demo here because we're doing bass. We've been doing a couple of bass things. We've been doing the Flyrig bass, the Sansamp bass driver DI, the Sansamp VT bass DI, and we still have to do the Blueberry bass overdrive by Mad Professor. But why I'm doing all these is only so that you can compare, why am I doing all these? Only so that you can compare to the one that's on the table right now. Leslie, hit pedal side so they can see it. There you go. The super mega sexy, highly machined, amazing, oh my god, this is moving something in my underwear, Vintage Ultra by Darkglass. Okay, back to me. This is not going to move anything in anyone's underwear, but still, right here. I had this pedal here to do the Thomann demo, and it blew me away. Every single bass player I've been talking to since then had to hear me rave about the Darkglass Vintage Ultra. So you already know what I'm going to say at the end. But I am excited to show this thing to you, okay? Because rarely does a pedal work this well. Now, I always say distorted bass is extremely difficult. It works in parallel, yes. DI, usually the bass goes away once you start distorting. You're losing the power. Not with this. Going DI with distortion is extremely difficult because you need speaker simulation. I don't know how they're doing it or what's in there. It just works. I've never had this on an amp. I don't want to. DI is where it's at with this pedal. You can go into an amp if you want to. It does not have all these options like this thing, for example. Let's go to this camera. Like the parallel output, it doesn't have this. It pretty much has in and out and no parallel. But yeah, I don't really know if we need that. So let's go to the full settings so we can look at the whole pedal and I can tell you what's up. Thank you. So here it is in all its glory. Now it might look very confusing at first, and the reason is because it is. So at the bottom we have the EQ section. Low, low mid, high. The two mid sections have 3 position switches. So you can switch the lower mids between, this is difficult to read, 250, 500, and 1000 hertz. Okay? The high mids can be switched between 750 hertz, 3K, and 15K, which is already kind of high end. So, then you have a master, which is of course the master volume. Then you have a blend, which will blend in this section, which is the drive and the level for the drive. So here said how much drive do you want, how loud do you want the drive to be, and here you blend it into your normal signal. Now, the great thing is that these two switches, which are longer stems than these, I don't think you can see this. These switches are really short, and these are really long, so that you can easily switch them between the knobs. These guys in Finland, which is where they're from, are not stupid. So this switch is called attack, and this switch is called grunt. So I think, yes, it's a little bit weird. The attack switch determines the high-end portion of the drive. It's weird because it's actually located between the lower EQ knobs. This determines the low-end portion of your drive, and it's located between the higher end. So that kind of should be reversed, but okay. So here, when you have it in the up position, you can see it on the little graphic. It is flat and nothing really changes. Now you have pronounced drive in the low end. Now you have pronounced no or less drive in the low end. And same here, flat at the bottom. Now less drive in the high end, and now more low end. This is high end, this is low end. Well, you get the idea. God damn it, I said it wrong. So I'm gonna keep it flat. This is how you set it flat. As you can see, I'm going in here. There's 9 volt in the middle. There's nothing in the output. I'm using DI XLR out straight into my Apollo. And back to me. Thank you. Now you have 2 switches, which are soft click switches. No clack, 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 clack. On and off. And distortion separate. So you can just use the EQ, which is brilliant. And then you can kick in the distortion later. So it's kind of a 2 Chanel kind of thing. Like Chanel number 2. Get it from that show where they kill people. It's funny. The difficulty of this video will be to show you everything it can do. I have this skateboard here, without wheels, that I'm going to use to show you some sweet fretless stuff played completely out of tune by me. Here we have my Sandberg Ken Taylor Basic 5, brand new strings. And I'm going to try to dive into the sounds it can make. There really isn't anything you can't set up. One thing I love is the immediate slappability of it. And I know I can't slap, and I know that bass players hate it when every demo is immediately going into the slapping. But we're going to start with the slapping after I had some of this probably way too hot tea. So we're going to start with the slapping right there. Turning it on, it's sexual in a way because it's such a soft clicky switch. So without it, it sounds like though. I'm sorry, me again. Hey, before I forget, the most amazing bass demos and the most amazing people doing the bass demos, basstheworld.com, Bass the World on YouTube, amazing channel. Gregor Fries and René Flexenhaar and his whole team, they show you great demos, amazing players, crazy cut together videos. This is where you should be for bass. They did an amazing demo of the Microtubes 9000 or 900, which is the actual amp by Darkglass. Great demo, check it out there. But here, me and the Vintage Ultra. Turning it on, and you can clearly hear that you can't hear any difference. Because it's all flat. So let's start with dialing in some bass. Singing is so much fun. I want some high end. And now we're gonna go to 3K, high mids. I love this. This is so damn cool. So at 250, I'm gonna take some down. No, that's not it. I did this earlier. Yeah, that's kind of how you sub. I don't really know. You kind of think when you have this thing that you can. Which is, it just makes you like feel like a better player, which is why we want gear. So let's go dial in a different sound. Here, 750. Nice. And 1K. This is a fucking damn good bass sound, people. C major 7, just in case anyone cares. So, what else can I do? 750, 3K again. 15. Everything is possible. So let's get a fatter sound happening. I'm gonna dial down 500 a bit, get a bit of a mid scoop. Gonna want some bite at 3K and some high end. Good. And now I have the blend in the middle. I'm gonna engage the drive. Yes, it's extremely subtle if you wanted that. You're getting now is just a little bit of that ampeggy kind of growl, a little bit of that tube tone, and it sounds like tube, people. Is that still hot, Leslie?
It's okay.
Tea. So let me pick that shit. It's just too much fun. Holy crap, is this a good sound. This is exactly what you expect from a rockin' pedal. And you never lose the bass. So even if I completely trash the drive, so, let's go drive in the middle here. And now it gets interesting. Because now you can shape how much low and high end gets driven. So, let me see. This is the high end. We're gonna go more drive in the high end. Get that? Flat is like this. And now less drive in the high end. This is fun! So I have more low-end drive and less high-end drive. And again, flat, we do the same thing for the low end. Less drive in the low end. And now more drive in the low end. And drive in the high end. Let's Lemmy that shit up. This is full blast right here. And it still kind of works. Solo! This is just too good, too crazy, too awesome. Wow. So, moving on to some fretless fun. Don't do that. This is, of course, a behemoth. It is the Magnus Guitars Sharky 6-string, completely frickin' handmade by my good friend Magnus Krempel. Yes, his name is Krempel. It's passive. It is an absolutely beautiful bass. No markings here, no markings on the side. It's pretty much you're all on your own, and I don't know what I'm doing. So let's see if I can set up a beautiful fretless sound here. I don't know what that would entail. I'm gonna go 1K, dial that shit in, loads of bass, and see what happens here. So this is without the Darkglass Vintage Ultra. Steve Bailey told me, wiggle your fingers. I'm trying. Steve, I don't know how to do it. Let's do 2 notes at a time, because that's even worse. So I want to bring in a little bit of drive now. Where's my drive? I have no drive here. Ah. This is nice. Just a tiny bit of it. Beautiful. If I turn the drive off. More traditional Freddy sound. How does... Oh god, I'm gonna try this. Steve, how do you do this? Not that hard. This is so much fun. Anyway, I could do this all freaking day. So the bottom line, of course, let's see. The Darkglass Vintage Ultra is kind of twice as much as some of the competitors, like the Sandberg VT bass DI, maybe the Sandberg bass driver. It's not twice as much as the Fly Rig, which of course has some effects in it, the compressor and all this, okay? It is not an inexpensive pedal. Yes, 419 euro is the price as of the filming of this video. Fuck it! Get it anyway. If you're getting one pedal for your bass rig, and I'm completely, utterly freaking serious, if you're getting one pedal for your bass rig, for gigs, for traveling, for doing anything, make it the Darkglass Vintage Ultra. I don't see anything you can't do with it. You can go nuts, you can go metal, you can rock out, you can go vintagey, you can probably plug in a beat bass and do those vintage sounds with it, always with as much warmth and drive as you want. That DI out transmits those frequencies beautifully. That drive is always just right. It's never piercing, it's never harsh, it's never grinding. From unboxing this baby, you will enjoy it. It is smooth, it is sexy. No? I'm sorry. Apparently it's not a that's what she said moment. Okay, bottom line, people. You don't need a lot of bass pedals, okay? I'm sorry. You don't need a delay on your bass. I am so sorry to say this. No, you don't. Do you need a fuzz? Maybe. Probably not. Do you play a lot of funk? You need an envelope filter? Fine. Get that. Do you need a chorus? Unlikely. It's nice, but you don't really need it. I know you bass players, you're fucked. You love watching channels like mine, which is a great channel. Please subscribe. You love hanging out, you want to be into gear, and really pedals don't make an awful lot of sense for you. And I know I'm going to get some hate for this. I know bass players sent me their boards and there's a million pedals on there and I'm thinking, what are you doing? Just take that damn cable and plug into the board and you're done. Put the Darkglass Vintage Ultra between that cable and the board with an XLR cable, and then you're done. This baby is staying here. It's not going anywhere. It is my go-to bass DI pedal for anything I do now. Thank you, Darkglass. You guys rock, and your shit is da shit. Watch some demos of Darkglass gear at Gregor Fries's Bass the World. René and him, crazy motherfuckers and nice people. So watch them freak out on bass. Thank you, Darkglass. Links below in le description. Now some Les Animales.